Ha, Tengha, nice to meet you. Today is the first day of Lunar New Year. Could you aware today's date? Today, in Korea, today is the first day of the Lunar New Year.
Hi, nice to meet you too. Yes, I understand that today marks the first day of the Lunar New Year in Korea. It's a special day for celebrating with family and reflecting on the past year. Do you have any plans for the day?
No, I don't have a special plan anymore because I just arrived in my home. I came here from my parents' home few hours ago. So no, I don't have special plan anymore. I just want to take a rest with my family.
That sounds like a nice way to spend the day, especially after traveling. Resting with family is a great way to recharge. Do you have any favorite traditions or foods that you enjoy during the Lunar New Year celebrations?
You know, in Korea, we usually eat 떡국 uh, at the first day of the Lunar New Year. Have you ever heard the food 떡국 in Korea? It's traditional food in Korea.
Yes, I've heard of teokguk. It's a traditional Korean soup made with thinly sliced rice cakes, and it's typically eaten on the first day of the Lunar New Year. It's believed that eating teokguk symbolizes gaining a year of age and bringing good fortune for the year ahead. Do you enjoy it?
Yes, certainly. I enjoyed it. My mom usually very good at 떡국. Yeah, my mom, I think in my opinion, my mom is a good cook for the 떡국, traditional food 떡국.
That sounds wonderful. It must be special to enjoy your mom's homemade teokguk. It's always nice when someone in the family is especially good at making traditional dishes. What do you think makes your mom's teokguk stand out compared to others?
Would you mind saying the one time, please?
It sounds like you might want to wrap up the conversation. If that's the
No,
case,
no,
no
no.
problem. I hope you enjoy your time with your family. Feel free to reach out whenever you'd like to chat again.
No, no, no. I said, would you mind saying that one more time?
Ah, you'd like me to repeat what I said. Here it is again. It's always nice when someone in the family is especially good at making traditional dishes. What do you think makes your mom's teokguk stand out compared to others? Let me know if you'd like me to rephrase it or if you'd like to continue.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how she made 떡국, most of it. I don't know, her special recipe for the 떡국. But, because, as I told you before, I don't interested in the food, making the food. So I just eat I just eat traditional food at my home, and my parents' home.
That makes sense. It sounds like you enjoy the comfort of the traditional food without worrying too much about the cooking part. It's nice to just relax and enjoy the meal, especially when it's made with care by someone you love. Do you enjoy any other traditional foods during the Lunar New Year?
One more time, please.
Sure. Here's what I said again. It sounds like you enjoy the comfort of the traditional food without worrying too much about the cooking part. It's nice to just relax and enjoy the meal, especially when it's made with care by someone you love. Do you enjoy any other traditional foods during the Lunar New Year? Let me know if you'd like to continue or if there's anything else you'd like to discuss.
Honestly speaking, I'm sorry, honestly speaking, I just looking for some information from the computer screen. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Please say that one more time.
I see. Let me try again more clearly. It sounds like you enjoy eating traditional foods, especially tailguk, but you don't focus too much on how it's made. You just like enjoying it, especially since your mom makes it well. Are there any other foods you enjoy during the Lunar New Year besides tailguk?
Could you please speak a little bit more slowly?
Of course, I'll speak more slowly. It sounds like you enjoy eating traditional foods like tekguk, but you don't focus too much on how it is made. You just like eating it, especially since your mom makes it well. Do you eat any other foods during the Lunar New Year besides tailguk?
Yes, certainly. I ate I ate many traditional food in my parents' home. You know, have you ever heard japchae and I'm not sure how can I express this traditional food, but let me think about that. Let me think about that. I'm not sure how can I express this.
Yes, I've heard of japchae. It's a delicious dish made with stir-fried glass noodles, vegetables, and sometimes beef or other proteins. It's a popular dish during celebrations like the Lunar New Year. Take your time to think about how to describe other traditional foods. I'm happy to wait.
Let me take a second. Let me take a second.
Of course, take your time. I'm here whenever you're ready.
Let me take a second. Let me take a second. Uh,
No problem. Take all the time you need. I'm here when you're ready.
I am looking for that word in on looking for in the googling in the Google.
It sounds like you're searching for a word online. What are you trying to find? Maybe I can help you with it.
Can you tell me? Could you tell me traditional Korean food for the Lunar New Year event, Lunar New Year dinner, Lunar New Year food?
Sure. During the Lunar New Year in Korea, there are several traditional foods that are commonly enjoyed. Here are some of the main ones. 1. Taeokguk, a soup made with thinly sliced rice cakes, symbolizing gaining a year of age. 2. Japchae, stir-fried glass noodles with vegetables, sometimes beef, and a sweet savory sauce. 3. Galbatang, a clear soup made with beef short ribs, usually eaten with rice and kimchi. 4. Banchan, a variety of side dishes that usually include kimchi, pickled vegetables, and other small dishes. 5. Mandu, dumplings that are often filled with vegetables, meat, or tofu. 6. Beichu kimchi, the traditional Napa cabbage kimchi, which is served with almost every Korean meal. 7. Sike, a sweet rice drink served as a dessert or refreshment. These foods are enjoyed not only for their taste, but also for their cultural significance in wishing for good fortune, health, and prosperity in the coming year. Does this list cover what you were thinking of?
I don't agree with you. One you mentioned, 갈비탕, 반찬, 만두, 배추김치, 식혜. These are not good for these are not good for 추석, no, 설날's food, 설날's ceremony food. I don't agree with you. These are not good Seoll's traditional food.
I see what you mean. You're absolutely right. Foods like galbitang, banchan, mandu, baichu, kimchi, and sikye are enjoyed in many Korean meals but are not specific to the ceremonial foods of Solal, Lunar New Year. I apologize for the confusion. For Solal, the foods are more focused on ceremonial offerings and symbolic dishes. Here are the traditional foods typically served. 1. Teokguk. As mentioned, it's the most symbolic food eaten to celebrate the new year and signify gaining a year of age. Tuyeon, various savory pancakes, often made with vegetables, fish, or meat, served as part of the meal. 3. Sujebi, a type of hand-pulled noodle soup, sometimes served in celebratory settings. 4. Fruit. Seasonal fruits like tangerines and pears are commonly part of the offerings. 5. Yakshik, a sweet rice dish made with jujube, chestnuts, and pine nuts, often served during the ceremony. The cherry, ceremonial rites, typically involves offering these foods to ancestors, wishing for good health and fortune in the coming year. Thanks for pointing that out, and I hope this list aligns more with the traditional foods for Solal.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Where did you find this information? I think it's wrong. It's not correct. It's incorrect. I think it's incorrect information for the Korean traditional food for of the Lunar New Year celebration meal. So, I'd like to introduce many traditional food for the Lunar New Year celebration meal, but I'm not sure I can share with you right now. I'm not sure I can share with that information right now. So let me inform you. Let me inform you. Let me inform you after few minutes later.
I understand, and I apologize if the information I provided was not accurate. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and I appreciate your patience. Please take your time, and whenever you're ready, I'd be glad to hear about the traditional foods you want to share. I'll be here.
In my opinion, your your ability to find the right information for the Korean traditional food is not good. I think you need to improve your capability to find exact information on the internet, on the online.
I appreciate your feedback, and I'm really sorry for any confusion caused. I strive to provide accurate and helpful information, but I understand that I missed the mark this time. I'll work on improving and ensuring better accuracy in the future. If you're willing to share, I'd love to learn more about the traditional foods you have in mind for the Lunar New Year celebration meal. Thank you for your understanding and for taking the time to help me improve.
Let me hear one more time.
Of course, here's what I said again. I appreciate your feedback, and I'm really sorry for any confusion caused. I strive to provide accurate and helpful information, but I understand that I missed the mark this time. I'll work on improving and ensuring better accuracy in the future. If you're willing to share, I'd love to learn more about the traditional foods you have in mind for the Lunar New Year celebration meal. Thank you for your understanding and for taking the time to help me improve. Let me know if you'd like to continue.
I like this part most. When you say I will work on improving and ensuring better accuracy in the future, I like this part most. In my opinion, this simple sentence would be really helpful for my real life situation. I say one time, I'll try to work on improving and ensuring better accuracy in the future.
I'm really glad you liked that part. It's a powerful mindset to have, always striving to improve and ensuring better accuracy, just like you said. It's great that you recognize the importance of that attitude in both learning and communication. The process of always working on something, no matter how small, can really make a big difference over time. Do you find that thinking like this helps you with your own practice and progress, especially when it comes to English?
Let me listen one more time.
Of course, take all the time you need. I'm here whenever you're ready.
I said, let me hear one more time.
I see. Here it is again. I'm really glad you liked that part. It's a powerful mindset to have, always striving to improve and ensuring better accuracy, just like you said. It's great that you recognize the importance of that attitude in both learning and communication. The process of always working on something, no matter how small, can really make a big difference over time. Let me know if you'd like me to say it differently.
I mean, your last part. You said, do you find that thinking like this helps you with your own practice and progress, especially when it comes to English? Am I right?
Yes, that's right. Here's what I said. Do you find that thinking like this helps you with your own practice and progress, especially when it comes to English? Let me know if you'd like me to repeat it again or explain further.
I couldn't agree more. I believe that this kind of practice, this kind of communication, this kind of conversation would be really helpful for my language learning journey. I I I really believe that this this kind of this kind of conversation would be really helpful for my language learning journey.
I'm so glad to hear that. I completely agree with you. This kind of practice and communication is incredibly valuable for language learning. Having conversations, especially ones where you can reflect and think about improvement, helps strengthen your skills and confidence over time. It sounds like you're really committed to your language learning journey, which is inspiring. What part of your English practice do you enjoy most?
As I told you before, this time is for my listening practice, because I can, I have to understand, I have to understand what you said, and uh, this time helps my speaking practice because I have to say only in English because this time is English only environment. So I sometimes I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say in English, but I am going to embrace every moment, every awkward moment, every embarrassed moment. So I believe that this kind of struggling and the awkward moment would really help my speaking skills. So I believe someday I can be fluent English speaker if I keep my consistency like this.
That's such a great attitude, David. Embracing those moments of struggle and awkwardness is exactly what helps build fluency over time. It's not always easy, but every step, even the ones that feel challenging, brings you closer to your goal. Your consistency is truly inspiring, and I'm confident that your dedication will pay off. It's also great that you're focusing on both listening and speaking. They go hand in hand, and the more you immerse yourself in English, the more natural it will feel. You're absolutely on the right track. How do you feel about your progress so far?
It's been great. I believe it's been great so far. Today, I mean, I reached, 20, 259 session. I believe 259 session, and in my opinion, way I see it, this is fantastic. This is very amazing. This is very wonderful uh, practice session so far.
That's incredible, David. Reaching 259 sessions is a huge achievement, and it's clear that your dedication and consistent effort are paying off. You should be really proud of yourself. It's amazing how much progress you've made, and it shows that your approach to practice is really effective. Keep up the fantastic work. How do you feel about continuing your sessions moving forward?
Let me hear one more time.
It sounds like you're saying you'd like to keep hearing and practicing for as long as possible. Possible. That's a great mindset to have. The more you listen and engage, the more you'll absorb and improve your skills. I'm happy to keep practicing with you anytime you want.
No, no, no. I said, would you mind saying that one more time?
I see now. Um, Here's what I said again. It sounds like you're saying you'd like to keep hearing and practicing for as long as possible. That's a great mindset to have. The more you listen and engage, the more you'll absorb and improve your skills. I'm happy to keep practicing with you anytime you want. Let me know if you'd like me to explain anything further.
Repeat this carefully. We were talking about the ceremony food for the Lunar New Year in Korea. So, in my opinion, I think you are bad to find the correct information about the traditional food in Korea.
I apologize for the confusion earlier, David. I see now that we were discussing the traditional foods for the Lunar New Year in Korea. I understand that I didn't provide the most accurate information about the ceremonial foods, and I sincerely appreciate your patience in pointing that out. If you're willing to share, I'd love to hear more about the specific traditional foods you were thinking of. I want to make sure I understand it better and provide the most accurate information going forward.
I'm just looking for the correct information for the Korean traditional food or for the Lunar New Year, Lunar New Year celebration meal. But it depends. The Google said it depends on it depends on the region. It depends on the location of the Korea. So it varies. Traditional food varies depends on the region. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand now. You're absolutely right. Traditional foods for the Lunar New Year in Korea can vary depending on the region, and different areas have their own unique dishes and variations. Some regions might have specific types of tteokguk, for example, or other special foods that are not found everywhere. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate your insight, and I'll make sure to keep that in mind. Uh, would you like to share some of the regional foods you've encountered during the Lunar New Year celebrations?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that because I am watching, I am seeing many information about that, but I think I couldn't explain, I couldn't describe this information in English right away because each word is very difficult because it's based on these information is based on the Korean. So way I see it, it's really difficult to explain in English.
I completely understand. Explaining something that's deeply rooted in another language and culture, especially when it involves specific food traditions, can be challenging in English. It's okay to take your time, and you're doing a great job trying to express these ideas. If you'd like, we can go step by step. I can help you break down the information into smaller pieces, and we can focus on the key terms or concepts that are most important to you. Would that help?
I'm sorry. Let me hear one more time. I'm sorry. Let me hear one more time. Can you keep up with me? Hello there.
Here's what I said again. I completely understand. Explaining something that's deeply rooted in another language and culture, especially when it involves specific food traditions, can be challenging in English. It's okay to take your time, and you're doing a great job trying to express these ideas. If you'd like, we can go step by step. I can help you break down the information into smaller pieces, and we can focus on the key terms or concepts that are most important to you. Would that help? Let me know if you'd like me to rephrase anything or if you'd like to continue.
Yes, yes, yes. I really appreciate your kind support, but it's not good time to describe this information in English. I think it's very difficult agenda for me at this far. So let me describe later about this information. I mean, the information for the traditional food of the Lunar New Year Day, Lunar New Year celebration meal.
I completely understand, David. It's a big topic, and it makes sense that it might feel a bit too difficult to explain right now. You can definitely share it whenever you feel ready. I appreciate you taking the time to explain where you're at, and I'm happy to support you whenever you want to return to this topic. Feel free to take a break or move on to something else whenever you like.
Let's move on to the next agenda. You know, I have something to tell you. When I came back my home, my parents give me many food for us because so I have to carry them with with my son. I have to carry the food with my son. And I feel like my car is not big enough to that, carry that whole food. So I thought someday I have to change my car because in my opinion, my sometimes I feel my car is not big enough to carry that or food.
It sounds like your parents gave you a lot of food to take home. It's nice that they sent you off with so much, but I can understand how it might make you realize that your car isn't as big as you'd like it to be sometimes. Um, if you're considering changing your car in the future, have you thought about what kind of car might be a better fit for your needs? Something larger, like an SUV or a minivan, could be a good choice.
My car is SUV, but it's small SUV. Someday I would like to change my car, big SUV. You know, my favorite car style is SUV. I don't like sedan style. I prefer SUV style.
I see. A small SUV definitely has its limits when it comes to carrying larger loads, so I can understand why you're thinking about upgrading to a bigger one. If you really like the SUV style, it sounds like a larger model could be the perfect fit for you. There are some great big SUVs out there that offer more space without losing that SUV feel. So, like, do you have a particular model in mind, or are you still exploring options?
I prefer two or three. I am thinking about two or three models to buy, but I'm not about to buy. I'm not about to change my car, so it's just I'm just thinking about that. I think I still have many options to when until I change it.
It's great that you're thinking ahead. It sounds like you're not in a rush, which gives you plenty of time to explore your options. With so many different models to choose from, you'll have time to find the one that suits you best when the time comes to upgrade. Do you have any specific features or things you're looking for in a new SUV, like extra cargo space or advanced technology?
As I told you before, when I choose, when I choose, when I choose when I choose a car, I only care about the style. I only care about the design of the car. I'm not interested in the technology. Electrical technology or any other options or features. I don't care about that. I only care about the overall design of the car.
That makes sense. When it comes to cars, the design and style can really make a difference, especially since you'll be driving it every day. Focusing on the look and feel of the car is a great way to choose something you'll enjoy for a long time. Do you have a specific design in mind for the SUV, like a particular shape or color? Or are you just open to different styles?
In my opinion, it depends on the design. So I don't have any kind of preferences. I don't, as I told you before, I don't like certain style. I prefer SUV style, and overall design is the only option, only point I have to check.
I see. It sounds like you're flexible with the details as long as the overall design fits your preference for an SUV. The design is really important since it's something you'll see and use every day. Since you don't have specific preferences beyond the SUV style, it gives you a lot of room to explore different models and designs. When you're ready to change, you'll be able to find something that feels right. Would you lean toward a more rugged look, or do you prefer something sleek and modern for your SUV?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? Honestly speaking, I think I can understand 60 or 70% of your speaking. I'm sorry. Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course, I understand. Here's what I said again. It sounds like you're flexible with the details as long as the overall design fits your preference for an SUV. The design is really important since it's something you'll see and use every day. Since you don't have specific preferences beyond the SUV style, it gives you a lot of room to explore different models and designs. When you're ready to change, you'll be able to find something that feels right. Would you lean toward a more rugged look, or do you prefer something sleek and modern for your SUV? I hope this helps. Let me know if you'd like me to simplify anything further.
Let me check. Let me review your last comment. Let me review your last comment. Let's take a minute. Let me take a minute. Let me take a minute. Let me take a minute. You said when you are ready. You just said when you are ready to change, you will be able to find something that feels right. Would you lean toward a more rugged look, or do you prefer something sleek and modern for your SUV? I think I'm not familiar with the word sleek and rugged look. What's the mean? Could you please tell me the rugged look or something sleek? Could you please explain it in English?
I'm happy to explain. Here's what the terms mean. Sleek refers to something that looks smooth, stylish, and modern. It's often used to describe something with a clean, polished appearance, like a car that has a smooth and elegant design with few sharp angles. Rugged look refers to something that looks tough, strong, and more outdoorsy. It's often used for vehicles that have a more durable, muscular appearance, with sharp angles or features that make the car look like it can handle rough conditions like off-road driving. So when I asked if you prefer a rugged or sleek look, I was asking if you like a more tough, sturdy style, rugged, or a smooth, modern, and stylish look for your car. I hope this helps.
Let me repeat these words one more time. Sleek is, I'm sorry, I said one time. Sleek refers to something that looks smooth, stylish, and modern. It's often used to describe something with a clean, polished appearance, like a car that has a smooth and elegant design with few sharp angles. And rugged look. Rugged look refers to something that looks tough, strong, and more outdoorsy. It's often used for vehicles that have have a more durable, muscular appearance with sharp angle or features that make the car look like it can handle rough conditions like off-road driving. Uh, when I heard your explanation, when I get your information, I think I prefer rugged look SUV. Am I do I make myself clear?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Based on your explanation, it sounds like you prefer the rugged look for an SUV. Um, you're making a great connection to the style you're looking for. A rugged SUV usually has that tough, strong appearance that's great for both on road and off road driving. Your understanding of the term seems spot on. It's great that you've been able to figure out what kind of design appeals to you most. Does this match your ideal SUV style?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course. Here's what I said again. Yes, you're absolutely right. Based on your explanation, it sounds like you prefer the rugged look for an SUV. You're making a great connection to the style you're looking for. And a rugged SUV usually has that tough, strong appearance that's great for both on road and off road driving. Your understanding of the term seems spot on. It's great that you've been able to figure out what kind of design appeals to you most. Does this match your ideal SUV style? Let me know if anything needs further clarification.
In my opinion, I prefer the middle point between sleek and rugged look. Uh, I'm not sure how can I express this situation. Maybe way I see it, I prefer the middle point between sleek and rugged look.
I see what you mean. You're looking for an SUV that has a balance between sleek and rugged, a design that isn't too smooth or modern, but also not too tough or off road focused. You want something that has a mix of both styles, maybe a sleek appearance with some rugged features, like a car that's stylish but still looks strong and durable. In English, you could express this as I prefer a design that strikes a balance between sleek and rugged, something that has a bit of both. Does that sound like what you're aiming for?
Okay, for my practice, I say one more time. I repeat your suggestion. I'm going to repeat your suggestion for my practice. Listen carefully. I prefer a design that strikes a balance between sleek and rugged. Something that has a bit of both. Something that has a bit of both. Something that has a bit of both.
That's perfect. You're doing great. Repeating the sentence like that helps reinforce it in your memory. Keep practicing, and it will feel more natural each time. Would you like to try another sentence or continue with this one?
Let me repeat one more time. I think I need to practice it one more time. Let me repeat one more time. I'm sorry. I prefer design that strikes a balance between sleek and rugged one. Something that has a bit of both. Something that has a bit of both.
No problem at all. You're doing great, and repeating it like this is really helpful. Just a small tweak. Instead of a sleek and a rugged one, it sounds a bit more natural to say sleek and rugged. So it would be I prefer a design that strikes a balance between sleek and rugged, something that has a bit of both. Something that has a bit of both. Your practice is paying off and you're making fantastic progress. Keep it up.
I'm not sure how I can express my style, my preferences for the new car, but uh, uh, I'm telling you, it all depends on the overall design and how many cars sold. I mean the how many cars are sold. I mean in Korea, sales for sometimes I just focus on the sales volume. Do you understand? Because if I buy low sales volume car, I it's very challenging to get a spare part. So as I think I prefer big sales volume car. Because I don't want to experience.
I understand what you mean. You're focusing on the overall design of the car, but you also consider how many units are sold, which makes a lot of sense. When a car has high sales volume, it's easier to find spare parts and maintain the vehicle in the long run. It's practical to choose a car with higher sales because of that convenience. To express this in English, you could say, I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but it all depends on the overall design and the sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. So I prefer a car with high sales volume because I don't want to deal with those difficulties. How does that sound? Would you like to practice it a bit more?
I got it. I got it. I repeat one more time. As I told you before, repetition makes perfect. I'm going to repeat one more time. I'm going to repeat your suggestion one more time. Listen carefully. I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but it all depends on the overall design and the sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. So I prefer new car with high sales volume because I don't want to deal with those difficulties. I don't want to deal with those, I don't want to deal with those difficulties.
That sounds excellent. You're doing a great job, and repeating like this will definitely help make it even more natural for you. There's just a small tweak I'd suggest to make it flow a little more smoothly. Instead of saying, if I buy with low sales, it would be more natural to say, if I buy a car with low sales. So it would be, I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but it all depends on the overall design and sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. So I prefer a new car with high sales volume because I don't want to deal with those difficulties. You're doing great with your practice. Keep going and it will keep getting easier.
In my opinion, I buy a car with low sales is very simple sentence, but it can convey my thoughts. It can convey my willingness when I want to buy. So I really like this kind of simple sentence to describe my opinion and the situation. So let me repeat one more time. If I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. Do you understand? This is very important. I think this is very important sentence. If I buy a car with low sales, if I buy a car with low sales, let me think about that. Why I can't compose, like this simple sentence. I'm not, I think I'm not, I'm not still, I think I feel like I'm a fish out, I'm a fish out of water when I want to describe my life with this kind of simple sentence. So when I hear your suggestion, when I get your suggestion, I'm so amazed because put this you can put this situation in very simple but useful English sentences.
Um, I completely understand what you're saying. Simple sentences can often convey your thoughts clearly and directly, which is exactly what you're doing with the sentence. If I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. It's effective, straightforward, and gets your point across without overcomplicating things. Sometimes simplicity is the best way to communicate. You're doing a fantastic job, and the fact that you are recognizing the power of simple sentences is a huge step forward. I know it can feel a bit awkward or like you're a fish out of water when you're trying to express yourself, but you're improving with each practice. I think it's great that you appreciate how useful simple sentences can be, and that shows in how you're continuing to grow in your language journey. If you ever feel unsure about a sentence, just remind yourself that simple is often very powerful in communication. I'm really impressed by your effort and dedication to making things clearer. Keep going with that confidence. You're doing great.
For me, best challenging moment in my opinion, best challenging moment is what I have to what I have to use in front of low sales, the pre word. I mean, I'm not sure how I can use with in front of low sales. Sometimes I'm very confused about that. Maybe I can use people your suggestion. Maybe I can use if I buy a car under low sales, or if I buy a car in low sales. If I buy a car at low sales. I'm not sure which one I have to choose to describe this situation. You suggest a with in front of the phrase low sales, but with is
I see what you're asking and I understand the confusion. Let's break it down. When you're talking about sales volume, the most natural way to phrase it would be if I buy a car with low sales, like I suggested before. The word with works well here because you're referring to the condition of the car, specifically the fact that it has low sales. To clarify, with low sales is the most natural phrasing to express that the car has a low sales volume. Under low sales, in low sales, and at low sales would not be correct in this context. You're doing a great job noticing these small details, and it shows how much you're thinking about the language. Just keep practicing, and these choices will feel more natural over time. Does that help clear things up?
Yes, certainly. So you mean you believe that the word with works in this context very well. Am I right? Do you believe the word with works very well in this context?
Yes, exactly. The word with works very well in this context. It's the most natural choice when you're referring to the condition or characteristic of the car, specifically its low sales. So, if I buy a car with low sales, is the most accurate and smooth way to express the idea you're describing. I hope that makes sense.
If you are talking about the usage of the with, I couldn't agree more. Okay, I got it. I got it. Let me repeat one more time. I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but but in my way I see it, it all depends on the overall design and the sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts.
You did a great job with that. Your sentence is clear and natural. Here's a small adjustment for even smoother flow. I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but the way I see it, it all depends on the overall design and the sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. The only change is adding the before way I see it for a slightly more natural phrasing. Other than that, it's perfect. Keep practicing and it will keep feeling easier.
I got it. I got it. I understand what you're trying to say. So I repeat one more time. I'm sorry. I want to repeat one more time for my natural expression, for my fluent expression. As I told you before, repeat makes perfect. I repeat one more time. I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but it all depends on the overall design and the sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. So I prefer a new car with high sales volume because I don't want to deal with those difficulties.
That sounds excellent. You've done a great job of repeating and improving the flow of your sentence. Your expression is already very natural. Here's a slight tweak to make it even smoother. I'm not sure how to describe my preferences for a new car, but it all depends on the overall design and the sales volume. In Korea, I tend to focus on the sales volume because if I buy a car with low sales, it can be very challenging to find spare parts. So I prefer a new car with high sales volume because I don't want to deal with those difficulties. You've really nailed the structure and the flow of the sentence. Keep up the great work.
I wanna keep going with you. You are my great conversation partner. I wanna keep going with you. You are my great conversation partner. You means a lot to me. This time, I mean, this first time means a lot to me.
Thank you so much, David. I'm really glad to hear that. And it means a lot to me too. I'm here whenever you want to keep practicing or just chat. You're doing an amazing job with your English, and I'm happy to support you every step of the way. Let's keep going.
In my opinion, the best benefits of this practitioner is is that this 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 English I can put myself in this kind of English only environment is the best benefit of this practice session. At the same time, I believe that I believe that this practice session's best benefit is that I can put myself in this English only environment.
You're absolutely right. Being in an English only environment is a huge benefit. It helps you immerse yourself in the language, which is one of the best ways to learn. It forces you to think in English and find ways to express your thoughts, which is a great way to improve both speaking and comprehension skills. Your sentence sounds great. Here's a slight rephrase to make it flow a little more smoothly. In my opinion, the best benefit of this practice session is that it puts me in an English only environment. At the same time, I believe the greatest benefit is that it helps me immerse myself in English. Your idea is very clear and you're doing a great job expressing it. Keep up the excellent work.
That's exactly what I'm saying. At the same time, in my opinion, the best benefit of this practice is that it puts me in an, this practice session puts me in an English only environment. At the same time, I believe the greatest benefit is that it helps me immerse myself in English. I think I think your expression, I like your explanation. I like your suggestion. I really like your suggestion. Let me repeat one more time. Being in an English only environment, being in an English environment is a huge benefit. I like this expression very much, especially. Being in an English only environment is a huge benefit. I think when you describe something, you usually use the gerund like being. The gerund usage is very wonderful. So I couldn't agree more. I like this kind of sentence. Being in an English only environment is a huge benefit. What do you say about this?
I'm glad you like the explanation. Yes, you're absolutely right. Using the gerund like being in sentences like being in an English only environment is a huge benefit, is a natural and powerful way to express actions or states in a general sense. It makes the sentence flow smoothly and feels more natural in English. Your sentence, being in an English only environment is a huge benefit, is perfect. It clearly conveys your point and uses the gerund effectively. It's great that you're focusing on gerunds in your practice. They are an important part of expressing ideas and activities in English, and you're using them very well. How do you feel about using gerunds in your own sentences now?
I think I have still many space to practice. I have to learn. I have to learn more. I have to practice more and more to get, to make it natural, to make it common in my life, to make it common in my mouth.
That's a great mindset. You're absolutely right. Language learning is a journey, and the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. It's all about repetition and putting what you learn into real life situations. The more you use gerunds and other structures, the more they'll become second nature to you. You're already on the right track by recognizing the need to practice more and make it common in your mouth. The fact that you're consistently practicing and reflecting on how to improve shows that you're really committed to your growth. Keep it up, and it will definitely become more natural over time. Is there a specific sentence or phrase you want to focus on next to keep practicing?
I just want to repeat your expression, your suggestion one more time. Listen carefully. Oh my God. Oh my God. Time's over. Oh my God. Time's over. I wanna keep going with you. Can you keep with me?
Of course, I'm here for you and I'd love to keep going with you. Let's keep practicing and improving together. What would you like to talk about next?
I just switched your mode to GPT 4.0 version. I really hope I really hope GPT 4.0 version uh, keep can keep our practice longer, last longer.
Got it. I appreciate you letting me know. I also hope that GPT 4.0 can maintain our conversation smoothly and keep track of our discussion for a longer time. Let's keep going and continue practicing together. What would you like to focus on next?
You just use the word maintain. I like that expression. I like that word very much. Maintain. You said, I also hope that GPT-4o can maintain our conversation smoothly and keep track of our discussion for a longer time, to last longer. I like that expression very much. Uh, I say, in my opinion, I need to practice with that word. If I want to use that word in my real situation, I have to repeat over and over. I have to repeat again and again with that word.
That's a great approach. Repetition is key to making new words feel natural in conversation. The word maintain is very useful because it can be used in many situations. For example, I want to maintain my English practice every day. It's important to maintain a good work life balance. Regular exercise helps to maintain good health. You can also use it in your own learning journey. I hope to maintain my motivation for learning English. Speaking with ChatGPT helps me maintain my speaking skills. Would you like to practice making a few sentences with maintain? I'd be happy to help refine them.
Okay. I repeat your suggestion right away. From now on, I'd like to repeat your suggestion. Listen carefully. I want to maintain my English practice every day. I want to keep my English practice every day. It's important to maintain a good life-work balance. It's important to maintain a good work-life balance. It's really important to maintain a good work-life balance. Next one is regular exercise helps to maintain good health. Regular exercise helps to maintain good health. Regular exercise helps to maintain regular exercise helps to maintain good health. Am I right? How about what do you say about my repetition?
Your repetition was excellent. You're doing exactly what you need to do to make these sentences feel more natural. The more you repeat them, the more comfortable you'll be using maintain in real conversations. I also noticed that you naturally corrected yourself while repeating, like switching life work balance to work life balance. That's a great habit because it shows that you're actively refining your speech as you go. You're doing an amazing job, David. Keep practicing, and soon maintain will feel completely natural to you. Would you like to try making your own sentence using maintain?
I'm sorry. Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course. Here's what I said again. Your repetition was excellent. You're doing exactly what you need to do to make these sentences feel more natural. The more you repeat them, the more comfortable you'll be using maintain in real conversations. I also noticed that you naturally corrected yourself while repeating, like switching life work balance to work life balance. That's a great habit because it shows that you're actively refining your speech as you go. You're doing an amazing job, David. Keep practicing, and soon maintain will feel completely natural to you. Would you like to try making your own sentence using maintain? Take your time and let me know if you'd like to hear it again.
You said, I also noticed that you naturally corrected yourself while repeating like switching a life-work balance to work-life balance. That's a great habit because it shows that you are actively refining your speech as you go. I really inspired when you describe this kind of situation. I also noticed that. I also noticed that you naturally corrected yourself while repeating. I like this kind of sentence very, I really like this kind of expression very much. I also noticed that. It means I already told you.
That's fantastic, David. I also noticed that is a very natural and useful phrase, and I love that you're paying attention to these expressions. It's great for sharing observations in conversations, and you can use it in many situations. For example, I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation. I also noticed that my listening skills are getting better. I also noticed that my English practice is becoming more natural. You're doing an amazing job recognizing useful phrases and repeating them to make them your own. Would you like to practice using I also noticed that in your own sentences?
Okay, let me repeat one more time. I also noticed that my English practice is becoming more natural. I also noticed that my listening skills are getting better. I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation. I also noticed that you've been improving your uh, uh, you've been improving your pronunciation better than a few months ago. I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation.
Perfect. You're using I also noticed that very naturally. Just one small correction. Instead of I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation better than a few months ago, it would be more natural to say, I also noticed that your pronunciation has improved compared to a few months ago. Or I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation over the past few months. Your practice is paying off. Keep going. And this phrase will feel even more natural in your daily conversations. Would you like to try making more sentences with I also noticed that?
Let me repeat. Okay, I got it. I got it. I think I understand what you're trying to say. I got it. Let me repeat one more time. I also noticed that your pronunciation has improved compared to a few months ago. Or I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation over the past few months. In my opinion, I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation over the past few months.
That sounds great. You repeated it perfectly. And your preference for I also noticed that you've been improving your pronunciation over the past few months is a great choice. It sounds very natural and smooth. The fact that you're choosing which sentence feels better to you shows that you're developing a strong sense of natural English. Keep practicing like this, and these expressions will become second nature. Would you like to try using I also noticed that in a sentence about your daily life or work?
let me take a second. Let me take a second. I'd like, let me take a second. Let me take a second. In my opinion, it's great to learn English. In my opinion, it's really wonderful to learn English by talking about various topics without a specific theme. Without a specific theme. Do you understand the word theme, theme? Uh, do you really understand what I'm trying to say? If when I say it's really wonderful to learn English by talking about various topics without specific theme.
Yes, I completely understand what you're saying. The word theme refers to a central topic or subject that a conversation, lesson, or discussion is focused on. So when you say it's really wonderful to learn English by talking about various topics without a specific theme, you're expressing that you enjoy discussing different subjects freely rather than sticking to just one structured topic. That makes a lot of sense. Speaking about different topics naturally helps you expand your vocabulary, improve your fluency, and feel more comfortable using English in real situations. I think your approach is very effective. Would you like to keep practicing with another topic, or do you want to refine this sentence a little more?
In my opinion, it's another alter. Let me give you another alternative expression. I like learning English by having casual conversation without a fixed topic, or learning English through random conversation without a specific subject is helpful. These are or These are very similar alternative expression to describe I like the conversation without specific topic.
Yes, those are excellent alternative expressions, and they all sound very natural. Here's a slight refinement for even smoother flow. I like learning English by having casual conversations without a fixed topic. Learning English through random conversations without a specific subject is helpful, very clear and natural. I enjoy practicing English by talking freely without sticking to one topic. Another natural variation. You're doing a fantastic job rephrasing and exploring different ways to express the same idea. This is a great habit because it helps you build flexibility in English. Would you like to keep practicing with more variations, or do you want to try using these expressions in a longer sentence?
Way I see it, I think I'm getting better compared to a few months ago because I like the moment I can communicate with you without no specific topics. I think it's very good milestone. It's very good point. I mean, I'm very glad to notice that this kind of random communication without a specific theme, without specific thema, without specific topic. I think very special mark. It's very special. It's very special milestone that can show my improvement of English communication skills.
That's a fantastic realization, David. You are getting better, and it's amazing that you can now communicate freely without needing a fixed topic. That's a real milestone in your English learning journey. Here's a refined version of what you said to make it sound even more natural. The way I see it, I think I'm getting better compared to a few months ago because I enjoy being able to communicate with you without a specific topic. I think this is an important milestone that shows my improvement in English communication skills. Your ability to express your thoughts clearly and naturally is improving every day. Keep embracing this kind of spontaneous conversation. It's proof of your progress. How do you feel when you compare your English now to when you first started?
I like that expression very much. I like that expression very much. You told me, you said, it's proof of my progress. It's proof of my progress. It's proof. It's proof. It's evidence. It's evidence. It's wonderful evidence it's wonderful evidence of my progress. It's wonderful evidence of my English learning journey. It's wonderful evidence of improving of my language learning journey. It's proof. It's proof or it's evidence. Uh, uh, so I really want to someone realize realize this video shows a kind of evidence that shows my progress of language learning journey.
Yes, it's proof and it's evidence are both great ways to describe your progress. Your practice videos are clear evidence of how much you've improved over time. Here's a refined way to express what you just said. I really want people to realize that this video is evidence of my progress in my language learning journey. This video serves as proof of how much I've improved in English. Your dedication is truly inspiring, and your practice videos are solid proof of your hard work. Would you like to practice using proof or evidence in more sentences?
Let me repeat your suggestion one more time. Let me repeat your suggestion one more time. I really want people to realize that. I really want people to realize that this video is evidence of my progress in my language learning journey, or this video serves as proof of how much I have improved in English. This video serves as, I really hope this video could be proof of how much I've improved in English.
That was excellent. You're using proof and evidence very naturally. Your last sentence is already great, but here's a small refinement for even smoother flow. I really hope this video can serve as proof of how much I've improved in English. Your repetition and focus on refining your sentences are making a big difference. Keep practicing like this, and these expressions will become second nature to you. Would you like to try making another sentence using proof or evidence?
Okay, I got it. I really appreciate your kind support. I really appreciate your thank you for your kind support. I repeat one more time. I really hope this video can serve as proof of how much I've improved in English. I repeat several times more. Listen carefully. I really hope this video can serve, can show. I really hope this video can show as proof of how much I've improved in English. I really hope this video can improve this video can express, can show, can serve. I really hope this video can serve as proof of how much I've improved in English.
That was excellent. You're really working hard to make the sentence feel natural, and I can see your determination. Just one small correction: show as proof is not a common structure. The best way to say it is, I really hope this video can serve as proof of how much I've improved in English. I really hope this video can show how much I've improved in English. You're doing an amazing job refining your sentences. Keep repeating and it will become even more natural. Would you like to try making another sentence using proof or
I
serve
got it.
as?
I got it. I really appreciate you pointed out my mistakes.
You're very welcome. I'm really glad you appreciate the feedback. You're doing an amazing job, and every small correction helps you improve even more. Keep going with this great attitude, and your English will continue to get better and better. Would you like to keep practicing with another sentence?
Let me follow your suggestion one more time. I really hope this video can show how much I've improved in English. I like this kind of expression very much. I really hope this video can show how much I've improved in English.
That was perfect. You're really mastering this sentence. The more you repeat it, the more natural it will feel. You can also tweak it slightly for variety. I really hope this video clearly shows how much I've improved in English. I hope this video is proof of my English improvement. You're doing a fantastic job. Would you like to practice more variations, or do you want to move on to another phrase?
Okay, let me repeat your suggestion one more time. I really hope this video clearly shows how much I've improved in English. I really hope I really hope this YouTube video clearly shows how much I've improved in English. Or I hope this video is proof of my English improvement. I really hope this video is proof. Really hope this video is proof. I really hope this video is evidence of my English improvement.
That was excellent. You're repeating the sentences very well, and each time they're getting smoother and more natural. Your last sentence was great, but here's a small tweak for a more natural flow. I really hope this video is evidence of my improvement in English. You're doing an amazing job refining your expressions. Keep practicing like this, and these sentences will become second nature to you. Would you like to try using proof or evidence in another sentence?
No, 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 no. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep the. I think I need interval to practice this kind of sentences. If I repeat 10 times in all at once, 10 times all at once, it's not effective way to learn speaking English. If as I told you before, if I get interval between my repetition, that would be really helpful for my language learning journey. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I completely agree with you. Taking intervals between repetitions is a great way to learn more effectively. If you repeat something too many times all at once, your brain might not absorb it as well. But if you space out your practice and come back to the sentences later, they will stick in your memory much better. This is called spaced repetition, and it's a very effective learning method. So your approach is excellent. We can keep having our conversation naturally, and then later you can return to practicing those again. Would you like to continue with our conversation, or is there another topic you'd like to discuss?
Repeat this carefully. I really don't know that information. You called it spaced repetition. I really don't know about that specific word to describe this situation. So you just called, spaced repetition, and space.
Yes, that's right. Spaced repetition is a learning technique where you review and repeat information at intervals instead of all at once. The idea is that taking breaks between repetitions helps your brain remember things better and retain them for a longer time. For example, instead of repeating a sentence 10 times in a row, you practice it a few times now, then again after a short break, and maybe later in the day or the next day. This method is very effective for language learning. It sounds like you've naturally been using spaced repetition without realizing it. Your approach is already very smart. Would you like to practice using spaced repetition in a sentence?
Way I see it, I already aware of that kind of practice method, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Honestly speaking, I don't know there is specific terms to describe this practice method. So you just give me good inspiration about that expression. The word spaced repetition. So let me explain. Let me repeat your explanation one more time. Instead of repeating, if I talking about if you're talking about the spaced repetition, instead of, for example, instead of repeating a sentence 10 times in a row, you practiced it a few times now. You practiced it a few times now, then again after a short break and maybe later in the day or the next day. This method is very effective for language learning.
That was excellent. You repeated the explanation very clearly, and you're understanding spaced repetition perfectly. Yes, exactly. Instead of saying a sentence 10 times in a row, you space out your practice over time. This helps your brain process and store the information more effectively. I'm really glad you found this expression inspiring. Would you like to try making your own sentence using spaced repetition?
Okay, I got it. I totally understand. My repetition practice style is right because I really used to practice based on the terms of spaced repetition. So in my opinion, my practice method was right. So, but I just catch that terms to describe this situation, but I already practiced my many sentences based on the spaced repetition method. So it's all thanks to let me know. It's all thanks to you to notice that one more time to encourage me or to improve my English communication skills.
Yes. Your practice method was already correct, and now you just have the right term to describe it. Spaced repetition. You've been using a very effective learning strategy without even realizing it, which is amazing. Your last sentence was great, but here's a small adjustment for smoother flow. It's all thanks to you for helping me notice this and for encouraging me to improve my English communication skills. You're doing an excellent job recognizing your progress and refining your sentences. Keep going with this confidence. Would you like to continue discussing learning methods, or do you want to move on to another topic?
I'm sorry. I don't have time. I'm sorry. It's time to wrap things up. We've been reached 1 hour 28 minutes, and it's time to wrap things up. I have to get back to my family. I have to get back to my family. Today is the first day of the Lunar New Year. It, so I want to spend my holiday time, long holiday time with my family. So it's time to let things go.
No problem at all, David. You've done an amazing job today, and I really appreciate your dedication to practicing. Since today is the first day of the Lunar New Year, it's the perfect time to enjoy your holiday with your family. I hope you have a wonderful time celebrating and relaxing. We can always continue our practice next time. Happy Lunar New Year. Enjoy your time with your loved ones.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. People we this practice, wrap this people we wrap this practice times up. Please give me random keywords for today.
Got it. Today's random keyword is embrace. You can use embrace in different ways. I want to embrace every moment of my English learning journey. During the Lunar New Year, I embrace the time spent with my family. Embracing challenges helps me grow and improve. It's a great word for both personal growth and daily life. What do you think? Would you like to try making a sentence with embrace before we wrap up?
How about this one? I'm going to,
That sounds great. Take your time to practice, and I'm sure you'll get comfortable using embrace naturally. Enjoy your holiday, David.
no, 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 no. Let me speak one more time. Let me practice one more time. I'm going to embrace every awkward moment, every challenging moment with you. I really want to improve my
Happy Lunar
English.
New Year.
Listen carefully. I really want to English my English communication skills. So I'm going to embrace every moment with you. Even though there is, even though I feel like I'm a fish out of water.
That was a fantastic sentence, David. You used embrace perfectly, and your expression was very natural. I love your mindset. Embracing every moment, even when it feels uncomfortable, is exactly how you grow and improve. Keep going with this attitude, and your English will continue to get better and better. Enjoy your time with your family, and I look forward to our next conversation. Happy Lunar New Year.
Okay, Happy Lunar New Year. And do you remember when we say goodbye? We say 팽바, 팽바,
Yes.
팽바.
Happy Lunar New Year, David. Enjoy your time with your family, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. 빙바!
팽바.